Right, so it's the next day, and this has been sat all overnight, and it's about midday, 1 o'clock now. So it's had the best part of around about 14-15 hours. That's sad to do its business. Just try and recap where I actually was. So I put the valve cover back on. That went on yesterday. I put this little tiny cover on here. It's only 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts, I think. 3, 4, 5 bolts. Because the air intake under here, where the air breather pipe goes, has to have gasket make on there as well. So I put some gasket make underneath that to seal that off. So that's been done. And also, as we're aware, yesterday we put the new crank in, and we've silicone that shut as well. So that now should have taken, I'm hoping. There's no oil in this machine whatsoever now. So now what I might do is I'll clean the deck off, the old table, and we'll get the lawnmower back on top. I want to refit the blade. I want to put the boss on, connect the drive back up, all that sort of good stuff. Fill up the oil, and then we'll start to reassemble this machine, the pull cord assembly, all that sort of good stuff, flywheel. So let me clear the deck off, as I said, and then we'll make a start on this engine. Right, engine's now been bolted back on top, and put the blade on. The blade is bent. I've just had to put it underneath it, and it's out by about 10 mil, so it's going to need a brand new blade put on it at some point. But it probably will shake a little tiny bit because of that. But it's 10 mil inside the deck, one side. When you spin it around, it's 20 mil inside it. So there's a variation. I need to get a keyway for the shaft, and we can then attach the flywheel, put a dead man's cable on first, because then we can release a brake on this engine as well, which would be good. Let's put the engine brake on first. Then when we go to do the flywheel, we know that we can fit it on with ease. So let me get a keyway, a Briggs key. I should have in the old stock, and look, you know, I have a little time. I'll give it low. I've got 5 left. That ain't bad. They've lost well there. Need one of those. I better bring a hammer with me, I suppose. Never know when you need a hammer. I want the flywheel. All that sort of good stuff. Ooh. So let's put a key in there. A new Briggs key goes in. Up top, just want to double check that the shaft is correct. I was a bit late now. Yes, same one. A bit late now if it wasn't. So the key had actually sheared on this flywheel. I'm now going to put the key down into its home. And we're going to be on that coil slightly. There it goes. If I'm past a brake, I think we're about there. So now I can put the cup on, and I can put the washers that support it and the big nut. That keeps it centralised. Big nut goes on top. I can get me the big socket, and we'll wind this down. I'll get that done and I'll come back to you. Right, next thing to do is I want to adjust this coil. It's a bit tight against this flywheel. Loosen it off. Pull the old coil back a smidge. Bit of card goes in there, that's how I do it. Stick it in, rotate it around so we get the magnets on both parts of the coil. Which is going to be about there. Push it up tight. Nick them up. Just to give you air gap in there, and it shouldn't catch a flywheel at all, which is good. Happy with that. I might give that flywheel a little bit of a clean just about there, on that ramp just there. There's a bit of stuff on there. Might just be where it's been getting a bit dusty, a bit rusty, where it's been stood up. So just give it a bit of a sand off, a bit of sandpaper. I can just hear it just touching, ever so slightly. Don't forget, this has been sat up for a little while, so well, that I know of. It wasn't working when I got it. Okay, with that done, what we've got next? What other presents do we have in here? We've got pull cord. We've got all filler. So I could have a pull cord now. I put new on it or not? Okay, pull cord's fine. So that can go on. I've got the all filler to put on as well. So that goes on first. That sits in there. All lines up together. Quietly looking forward to try and fire this old girl up. Come on, baby, work with me. That one in there, that one in there. Line that one up, push it down. Right. That will go on. That's just a flywheel plug in there. Let's get that bolted down. That's the wrong size what we want. And hopefully we can get some oil in it and try and fire the old girl up. See how we're doing. Don't forget, get my carburetor clean yet. All that sort of good stuff. But at the moment, it ain't too bad. Don't forget the blade is wonky, so it will shake a little tiny bit. But it won't because of the shaft. The shaft is brand spankers. So next one I'll do is put some oil in this machine. Fill it up to the required mark. And then we'll put some petrol in. There's none in there. Put some petrol in it, put a spark plug in it, and I'll meet you outside before I even attempt to start it. Okay, just a quick little note. I have rigged up the throttle. I think it's rigged up right. We'll soon find out. I put a new spark. I put a second-hand spark plug in. I don't have no new ones. And the height adjustment spring had snapped. I just spent a little bit of time just working the spring in the vise to put a new hook on at this end. So it's slightly over tensioned, but it works as it should do. You can now disengage the height. It drops down and it's under tension there. So that'll work as it should do. So what else? All is fine. Just now I'm going to put it outside. I've got to do the wheels. That's next, but there's not much point in carrying on until I know that these it's going to work. I think it's just this wheel over the far side I want looking at. Not quite sure what's up with that, but I'll have a little look into it at some point. So I'll get it outside, get you guys set up, and then we'll have a little look to see if this little lawnmower will actually fire up or not. Fingers crossed. Okay, and there it is, all done. Let's put some juice in it. Not seeing no oil leaks as of yet out the side of the casing, which is good. Got a petrol leak. Just goes to prove they're not rigged. I didn't hook up the old fuel line. So give that a minute just to evaporate off before we start the lawnmower. I move the lawnmower out of the way, put some water down here so don't burn my lawn, and we'll go again in a minute. Right, let's try again. This time with the petrol hose connected. no fuel leaks. Let's see how we get on. Got compression. Right, so as you can hear in the old background, the old Crankshaft is on its test now. I'm going to fill the tank right up with juice, and it'll be run for a good 15-20 minutes, just to make sure I've got no leaks and nothing else that can be untoward. The engine started off about third or second pull with a bit of backfire, but there are different types of oils and sprays been put in there to lubricate the shaft up whilst I was fitting the whole lot up. So there's no knocking noise, nothing doing anything it shouldn't do, apart from that blade is a little bit unbalanced where it's a bit bent, and it has got a little bit of a shake to it, but nowhere near compared to what it was beforehand. It was diving in, shaking my fillings out. So there you go, just got to prove you can change a crankshaft at a reasonable price. It does take a little bit of time, admittedly, and it may put some people off, but you know, if you only got a little low cost into the mower cost me a £5, crankshaft cost me about 35-40 quid, somewhere there, delivered to my door, so I'm still in it to win it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it and found it a bit informative. If you did, give it a little thumbs up, show your appreciation for the channel. Any comments you got, positive or negative, you know where to stick them down below, and also in my about page is my Amazon wish list. Feel free to buy me any tools or spare parts for my channel, is much appreciated. Apart from that, hope you did enjoy the video, and look forward to seeing you all in the next episode of Micks Mowers very, very soon. But until then, people, don't forget, more importantly, take her easy.